I wouldn't disagree with you. Frankly, I haven't seen evidence of that yet. I'm not suggesting you're wrong. I think that they will. I think people, driven to a desire for power and victory, folks will do just about whatever they have to do. So I wouldn't be surprised. We are a party though, and we're made up. The national committee is made up of states and elected officials from the states within the party, and those elections are held locally. And I think it's very dangerous for the leadership to try to get in there and control, who runs where and does those things. So it's going to have to be something we watch out for. But there's, it's a party of elections, and folks are free to get involved.
Ken, thank you very much. Governor, thank you for being here and sharing. Good morning.
It's going to take me a second here.
So that's fine. While we're on the subject of the RNC, this is actually a Republican Northeast Conference, but it's brought to you by the members of the Republican National Committee that represent the 13 jurisdictions of the Northeast. So if I could have each of or all of the members of the Republican National Committee, National Committee men, National Committee women, and state chairmen all rise, be recognized. As National Committee men from out, it is a lot of work, and people will say, well, you get paid for that, Louis? No, I get paid for it. It's about the most expensive hobby you could have going. I don't have a beach house, I don't collect old cars, but I do spend tens of thousands of dollars a year, as everybody in this room does, paying back and going to your Lincoln Day dinners and helping candidates and traveling all over the country and working. So it's a labor of love, and I know many people in this room share that love. And we're all here because we're political junkies, but we also do want to come out here with a blueprint on how to win in the Northeast. I also can tell you that Michael Steele and Ken McKay are doing a phenomenal job at the Republican National Committee. Michael kind of slow to get started in that first month, and he learned who to let interview him and who not to, but in the last 6 months, 7 months, he has been phenomenal. He has been far and away the greatest fundraiser machine. He is the most sought-after speaker on the Republican circuit, bar none, anywhere in the country. Especially now that Sarah Palin has gone into retirement, I haven't heard her speaking anywhere. But she was the only person who could probably outraise him as a name on a ticket. And we had hoped to have Michael here this morning for this conference, but he had so many conflicts, even though he initially told us he was coming, because he has such demand all over the country. So we will hopefully be able to hook him up and have him working more of your state Lincoln Day dinners, whatever your state fundraising. I also wanted to touch one thing on fundraising, because one of the areas about the Northeast that is unique to all of the states in the Northeast, we're all dramatically underfunded politically. When I talk to somebody from North Dakota or Arizona or Texas, nobody ever has enough money, but at least they have large staffs, a significant donor base, and they are red states. And obviously the two go hand in hand. If you are in control of the power, obviously you have more control of fundraising. But it all comes back to incrementalism. It's doing a lot of events. I teach fundraising, and I'm also chairman of the Budget Committee for the Republican National Committee, and it's amazing all the different ways that money come in. And I know many of you are Central Committee members and county officials and city officials and doing grassroots politics, and it's always how do we raise the money? And people go, what's the magic formula? Well, it's not anything. It's like running a business. There are so many components to it, but it's direct mail. The majority of money in the Republican National Committee comes through direct mail. The $8 million that we raised, or $7.8 million that we raised last month, 2/3 of that came through direct mail. Some as major donors, and obviously that's one area where you say, well, these rich Republicans have this money, and it's a component, but it's not the main component. It is those people writing those $25 to $50 checks. There just happens to be 800,000 people on our list who are regular givers. And that's a sizable list, but that didn't happen overnight. So I encourage every single state to try and follow that model. We also do very successful telemarketing, and I know a lot of you will get letters continually from the RNC. Why the heck do they stop sending me money? I mean, stop sending me letters. I can't send them any more money. And they send it to you because you're on the list, and more people than you believe do give to those letters. So I know some people say, I wish they stopped wasting their money, but it is a very profitable way, successful way to raise money. It's through direct mail, through telemarketing, through major events, Red, White, Blue dinner, Lincoln Day dinners, golf tournaments, this type of thing. There's a whole section I teach on fundraising, which I'm not doing today, but I can just tell you that all of us in the Northeast all share the pain of never having enough money, and because you don't have enough money, you don't have enough staff at the local party offices to be able to generate a lot of the press to fight the Democrat initiatives and also help with grassroots politics. So it's this never-ending cycle. But I can tell you it's incremental. It's an awful lot of things, and I'm happy to share anything I can, both what I've learned over the last 35 years and also as budget director at the RNC, and assisting you with fundraising. Just call me up and ask me. My email's all over the place. In any case, but I did want to thank all the RNC members. One other area that I wanted to thank is this conference. Jody and I went back and forth on how much to charge for this conference. I wanted to keep it low cost as possible because I wanted it to be affordable. And so we actually settled on $125. Believe it or not, we are upside down at $125. It does not pay for the 3 meals and the rooms and the parties and the like. And that's because we have a number of people who stepped up and were generous donors. Some of them are RNC members, some of them local contributors, some of them, both Jody and myself and a number of members of the RNC have reached out, and we were able to raise about $12,000 to $14,000 additional contribution, which paid for the bulk of this conference. So I do want to thank those sponsors and give them a hand. And I just want to go over a little bit of logistics. I don't mean to monopolize the mic because there's nobody pulling me off. Are you there to pull me off here? That is one way to get a speaker to move. Just stand next to him. The schedule today, there are several things going on. We do not have a break until lunch, but we did have the hotel replenish coffee, so as nature calls, feel free to leave the room and stroll back in and out. We didn't set a break in the middle of the day because we have so many speakers and so many things to accomplish until lunch. And then the program will go to about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then we're supposed to go out and enjoy Newport. I hope you brought your umbrella. But it is going to be beautiful sunshine by 3 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, we actually have a get-together cocktail party. Those people who register, you use your red tickets in your program. And then the Young Republicans are having a fundraising event for those of you who would like to continue partying beyond the dinner hour. They are going to be at the Brick Alley Pub, also in your program. So we have a number of things going on, and then we have a continued program tomorrow morning. I spoke to Rob Simmons on the phone. Where is Rob Simmons? Right here? Okay. Come on up, Rob. We just spoke